Shop, pay installments. That's right. Integrated right into the law-abiding biker store. So here's the deal. You want to go on a trip. You want something from our store, but you're like, I don't got enough coin right now. No big deal, because you can still buy it right freaking now, knowing that you can pay in 4 equal payments, interest free, guys. That's right. Shop, pay installments. Check it out right in the law-abiding biker store. Want to ride longer? Are you tired of a sore and achy ass?
You know I am.
Then fix it with a high-quality butt buffer seat cushion. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full lineup of butt buffer seat cushions. And I'm rocking one, and we rock them on our cross-country trips. It will definitely save your ass. Do you want to do this, Lab? This is from the Facebook Patron only post. Do you want to do it? Lurch in the house.
We're just waiting for the internet to work and pull that post up.
Oh, I thought
you're not logged in.
Well, I thought you would have it up on your computer.
Well, hold on.
Since you're issued a law-abiding biker laptop, I would think that you could have that
chats up. I got all kinds of stuff. Give me a second.
And
I'll
I don't
have it up quickly. Just give me a moment.
I got nothing up on my screen.
So here it is.
All right.
This is a post that was in the Law-Abiding Biker patron-only Facebook group. And member Ryan Agnew asked a question. He says, I'm installing heated gear on my 2016 Road Glide Special. Can I reroute the battery tender cord that comes out of the left side above the exhaust? Any reason not to do that? I think the cord is factory, and I think it goes right into the battery. Thank you for your thoughts. There's several. There's a lot of answers in here, about 18 of them. But in particular, here's a couple. Brian Bauer says, I have a tender plug coming out of the right side and heated gear plug on my left side of my 2011 RK. I have no problems. Tyler Barr says the stock battery tender on my 2016 doesn't go straight to the battery. It goes to a computer mess above the battery. And then Jim Demetrius says mine goes to a fuse. So a lot of answers in there, kind of helping out Ryan, letting him know, if he can or cannot reroute that cord. Just an example of a simple example, but an example of how our patron-only membership patron Facebook group there. Anyways, the members are in there just helping each other. It used to be a time when we answered a lot of those, but by the time somebody puts a question in there, other members already answered it way before we can get to it. It's become quite the place to go to get information.
It is the best forum online, guaranteed, because it's bikers helping bikers, and it's a troll-free zone, and there's no stupid question in there, and people are in there because they're paying members, and they want to be in there, and they want to help bikers. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. Nice little Facebook conversation there in the private Facebook group. Oh, yeah. Once you've had Rick Rack, you'll never go back. The ultimate motorcycle luggage rack solution. Forget those messy straps and bungee cords. Go strapless with a quick attached luggage system and quality bag. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Get hooked up now. Hey, Bikeaholics, 03D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike. Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of 03D products. You want to, let's just get this thing started is what we want to do. So we got some cool stuff to talk about. That's right. You guys can probably tell by the title there what we're going to talk about. Welcome back, you freaking Bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%.
Large and in charge of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history. By listening, by watching, you're part of what we call the hashtag
Biker Revolution.
We do have just one question before we get started. What are you waiting for, Bikeaholics?
Mount up and let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast, and of course, your
high-tech redneck.
That's right, guys. Now we've got an awesome episode for you guys that we just throwing this one out there. We threw it together. We didn't even promote it before. We just went live. So we'll try to monitor the chat as much as we can. If you want to throw us a super chat, we really appreciate the super chats if you guys do that, because it assures we can do on-the-fly lives like this and get out there to the greater motorcycle community, trying to help as many bikers as we can worldwide. And those super chats certainly help us do that. Now, before we get into our main topic, which is, we all know, the Harley-Davidson Sportster reveal coming up, guys, coming out with a new model, teasing us and trying to trick us and all kinds of stuff. We've done a ton of research, and We have some good ideas about what this bike is going to be about, and we want to dive into it. And we certainly want to try to read your comments and see your conversations in the live chat. Also, this will come out in regular podcast format later, in just audio format on the Law Abiding Biker podcast. Of course, you can listen to it on any podcast platform of your choosing. We're all over the place. Law Abiding Biker podcast. We do these all the time, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So before we get into the Sportster reveal coming up on April 12th, 2022, we do want to announce a new free video. Lurch, why don't you tell them about? We're always putting out new videos on the channel. We've been doing it for 8.5 years. We've got something like 35 million views on our videos, and so we try to announce new videos when we put them out. So go for it, Lurch.
Our new one is called Out with the Chrome and In with the Black. Zero LED Fang headlight bezel and TAC 10 light cannons. We installed some TAC 10 light cannons on in front of your bike. They are black. They're not available in chrome because it would make them insanely expensive due to the design of it and how much it costs to chrome them and polish them. But you did have a Serial Fang headlight bezel on your bike, and it was chrome. And you had a good idea, which was to get a black one instead. That way you had the black bezel around the headlight and the black TAC 10 lights, and just kind of pulled it all together. So we did a quick video on that, and it's a long URL, so you can look and find it in the show notes.
You know what else we can do right here, Lurch, is we can just copy and paste it, and you can do this too anytime and just put it right in the old chatteroony.
Oh.
And it's in the chat, and that's the link to it. And those light cannons, guys, unbelievably bright on my bike. Crazy bright. And not only good did you talk about fitment and all that?
I did not.
Talk about fitment. There's just briefly.
Sure. There is the lights are the same, but there's two different mounting brackets. So essentially there's two different models. There's one for the Batwing fairings, which comes off of your turn signal brackets and puts them up near the headlight in front of the Batwing. And then there is one to mount essentially for the Road Glide that goes on any 1 1/4 bar, but ideally for the Road Glide that puts it down on the crash bar. We were told that you can put those on Ultras depending on the fairings. You kind of have to, the lowers, you have to put them down low and maybe readjust your lowers a little bit. But there's those two models. Then there also is an available switch if you want to put it in line so that you can turn them on and off when you're in the accessory position. And then there's even some yellow lenses for those of you that want some old school yellow lens fog lamp type things.
Yep. Very good, guys. And they are ready to go in the Law Abiding Biker store. And we have a full installation video on how to install them. It is very detailed. In fact, I haven't released it publicly yet, but I'll tell you a little secret. If you hit that link and go over to the Law Abiding Biker store, it's already embedded in the Law Abiding Biker store. It's just an unlisted link, but you can actually watch it. So if you get them, you instantly have a free install video. But we will also probably this Friday be releasing that to the public on our regular YouTube channel. But you can watch it right now if you want. That's just a little tease there if you head over there, a little secret, I guess I should call it. Now, we love our sponsors up front. Definitely love our paying sponsors. But these people are also directly responsible for making this episode and other episodes happen. And they're some of our newest patron members. And we want to thank the following people. Start out with John Bordley of Baltimore, Maryland, Matas Kiznes of Kaunas, Lithuania, and Scott Pants, top tier.
We got Robert Dalen of Noblesville, Indiana, Dwayne Hillier of Bracebridge, Ontario, Canada, he's top tier, and Jesse Enrique is top tier.
And moving on with Robert Burke of Syracuse, New York, top tier. Ave Gainey of Raleigh, North Carolina, and Matt Home of Spanaway, Washington, right here, Washington State. How about that? lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. You pledge a certain amount per piece of content we release. No risk to you because you can put a monthly cap. That's the nice thing. There are many benefits for signing up, such as t-shirts and stickers. You get access to that private Facebook group, which is a troll-free zone, best motorcycle forum on the internet, bikers helping bikers. You get access to live video broadcasts and chat like this. We do these for our patron members only all the time. You get podcast months before everybody else. You get access to you can get access to our premium videos up on request, and of course access to those ride meetup and events that are going on right in that private Facebook group. How's about that? So let's dive right in to our topic of the day. And that is the new Sportster S, or not, I shouldn't say Sportster S, the new Sportster model that is coming out. First, Lurch, let's talk about when it is. And I'm going to pull this up and I will show you guys our screen. I will share that with you. It's coming up right here, and 4/12, so April 12th, 2022. The next chapter of the Sportster legacy begins, and you can see right there, sign up for special content release and updates leading up to the world premiere event. Of course, we here signed up for it, and it's a pretty simple process, just some email and information. Now, it airs at 10, if my memory serves me right, it airs at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, which would be 8 a.m. Us. They're 2 hours. Central is 2 hours ahead of us, so it's going to be...
I'm glad you know that kind of shit. I seem to always screw it up, and actually, even when I get it right, I tend to reverse it.
Yeah, you let me handle the time zones. So here in Washington State, we'll be watching it at 8 a.m., and of course, we're going to be watching it, and we're immediately going to do a video afterwards telling our thoughts on it and giving a little bit more information. But like I said, we've done some research, and we have a good idea from some of the images that we found and some of the images that have been sent to us. And Harley also put out a teaser video, very short, of some different angles. So I'll be on the screen, guys, here off and on, showing you guys some of the different things that we found and some of the different picks and why we believe what we believe. So,
and Jochen, when they did the last release,
who's Jochen?
Jochen Zeitz,
yep.
CEO of Harley-Davidson. I got to remember that not everybody knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did mention towards the end of that last release that stay tuned, there will be more coming for the Sportster line.
Yep, they did. That's right, and that's a good reminder. So let's take a look here, and this is going to be one of our shorter episodes, just because we're going to stick to it and try not to get off track too much here. But let's pull up Harley's video here, and I'm just going to show you guys the screen, and we're going to play it through. It's not going to have sound because I don't want to get a copyright strike. And then we're going to go back. And we've got some pictures too, but this will give you an idea of what's going on with this bike. So let's watch it. A lot of quick shots going on in there. Some pinstriping.
Yeah, they just want to tease you. They don't want to show you everything.
I'm getting excited.
Not sure what the drum kit has to do with it or the guitar, but
I don't either. So
instrument of expression. Okay, so the bike is going to be an instrument of expression. That's where they're going with it. Okay.
They're going with an artistic flair, is what I'm thinking. So we're going to go ahead and we'll put the screen back up here in a minute, guys. But there's a lot to unpack there. So, and then we'll actually pull up some pictures too that reveal a little bit more. But Lurch, if you'll do this with me. We're going to keep talking, but we're going to switch over to the screen and the video for you guys watching, and let's go through this together. I'm just going to bump forward just a little bit, and as we bump forward, we can see what we can see here. So this guy's pushing it, and that
looks like an old school bike, right?
It does look like an old school bike, and
probably an older Sportster, I'm guessing.
That's what I'm guessing too, which this isn't going to be the bike.
No.
Because look it's got like motocross bars. Do you see that? It's got the straight bars, and you guys know what we're looking at here.
Paint on it.
And if you're listening in podcast format later, just get on Harley-Davidson YouTube channel, and you can go along and watch what we're watching. Because we're going to put this out in the podcast right away in audio format, because we want to get this out before the event actually pops on April 12th. And thank you for everybody being in the chat and talking in there. It will have a stereo. Extreme Racer says it will have a stereo. Interesting.
I wondered maybe that's the whole music thing. Because to my knowledge, I've never seen a Sportster with any type of music on it, speakers or anything.
And we do see the drums and stuff in there.
Drums, guitar.
I don't know.
Instrument of expression. That's not a bad guess.
That might be stretching it.
That's not a bad. I mean, it's a decent guess.
Yeah.
I don't see anything based on the little glimpses that they've given us. I don't see it, but hard to say. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. My guess is it's not, but I appreciate it. I'm just thinking, because it's a Sportster line, it's not going to have a stereo, because not even That's my daughter. And oh, you can't see her right there. That's fine. You didn't walk in front of the camera angle. My daughter's in the studio, so if you see her in the background, just wave and say hi. That's my daughter. She's in here doing homework, doing her studies like a good girl is supposed to be doing her studies. So so we get a glimpse of that. I don't think it's going to have a stereo. The reason is because they didn't put a stereo even on the Low Rider ST. And it's technically a touring bike.
It's got a fairing
with
sport
bags.
touring bike.
You can add a stereo to it, but it
That's
didn't
right.
even come with one. So
maybe that's something that might be optional for this one.
Yep, maybe. But I appreciate the input there. This is all just a lot.
That's what this podcast is about. Our thoughts and guesses before it comes out.
And the community's thoughts and guesses.
Yes.
We would like to involve the community, and so we
I
appreciate
meant the
that.
greater hour, not just you and I.
Okay.
An hour, the whole world's views
Yep.
and ideas.
Yep.
Or at least the ones listening to this podcast.
There you go. All right, let's go back into the screen, and we're going to show you guys here. We'll play it a little bit more and tell me when to pause it. So he's pushing the bike.
Obviously that looks like a artist
Of some sort.
With
With some dreadlocks and global.
A flat cowboy hat. That's the hipster hat there.
That's the hipster hat.
Yep.
So we're going to go forward a little bit more.
Okay.
And what's this about?
We're walking through a shop. I mean,
What's the back of the shirt say? 79.
79 Cannonball.
Cannonball. I don't understand this.
Cannonball Run, maybe.
It's some sort of mechanic shop.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Looks like it. Well, look down. That's a fairing down there to the right, it looks like.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
I'm tracking. We're going to go forward a little. Oh, we got a guy on the drums. Oh, we got a guy playing some drums, rocking out. It's not the same guy with the dreadlocks. But we just got it.
No, that's his drummer.
That's his drummer. Okay. Here we go. That's his drummer. Oh, we got the bass drum down there. Oh, we got to go back. We got
mixing board.
We got a guy on a mixing board doing some mixing. Look at all those knobs, and I think I have a lot to deal with.
Jesus.
Holy shit. All right. Okay, so we get a glimpse here of the, I'm just trying to back it up ever so slowly because it's a fast cut. We get a glimpse of something black, but
yeah, it's looking like the top of a motor.
Yeah, it is looking like the top of the motor.
Top of the back jug, you can see the air cleaner to the right.
Bam. Right there.
That's telling.
That's telling. And so our guess, based on that image you guys just saw, is it's going to have the Revolution Max. That's my prediction. It's going to be a Revolution Max motor. I think that it's not going to have the same motor as the Revolution Max that the Sportster S came out with, which was the Revolution Max 1200T.
1250?
The Pan 1250, sorry, 1250T. The Pan America came out with the 1250, and then they respec the motor just a little bit.
The tune, if I remember
right.
The
tune, yeah, they retuned it. So that was the 1250T. This, I think Lurch agrees with me, going to be the 975.
Most likely.
CC. Yeah. It's a smaller Sportster. It's probably going to be a 975cc version of it's clearly the Revolution Max motor, which means also that it's going to be water cooled, is my guess. It's going to be water cooled and have a radiator up front. We'll see if we can dive into that anymore as we go along here. Let's see what else we got. Bam. We got the artist again. He's got the dreadlocks. He's got some big ass rings. Oh, I got to show you guys the screen. Sorry. Let's back it up a little bit. I was on us. So there's the Revolution Max motor, right, that we saw. Then we go into the guy with the big ass rings there. All right. And thanks for everybody. Just try to keep monitoring the chat a little bit as we can. Lurch, I'm trying to monitor it too and do this. Oh, and now we got a guy with a piece of chalk, or he's doing some pinstriping. Or is that
it's like a grease pen.
Is it a grease pen? But don't they mark that before they do some striping? Look at, that's like on the tank. It's a grease marker.
Yeah, my thought is maybe it's just somebody trying to figure out what kind of striping they're going to do on it. You know, they're mocking it up, and that's not something someone would typically do as they're putting down paint because you'd have grease under it.
Right.
So I'm guessing.
What do you think he's doing?
Oh, it could just be like the styling guys or the in-house. They're playing with it and trying to figure out how to stripe it.
I'm tracking. Right.
Lay some
mocking
grease
up. Just mocking up.
Lay some marks down. See what it looks like.
Yep. Okay, I'm tracking with that. All right, let's go back into the video here and see what we're looking at. Okay, so we get a glimpse of kind of that old school Harley-Davidson logo on the tank.
Peanut looking tank.
It is a peanut, and we've got some other pictures we want to show you guys that proves that it's a peanut tank.
Round air cleaner.
It does. You can see over here, guys, where my mouse is. It's definitely got a round air cleaner, and we've got some other photos of that too. This seat, which we'll look at closer here in a minute, is a single seat, and it's kind of like a bucket, so to speak. All right, let's move on. Okay, we got a close-up of some dude's face. The meaning of that is he needs to shave his eyelashes.
Well, I wonder
if it's the meaning of that.
I wonder if it's the guy that was doing the mock-up pinstriping earlier. He's got his head down there. He's looking at the bike.
Nonetheless, he needs to shave his eyelashes, Lurch. I'm just saying.
He needs to do a little manscaping.
Okay, that has nothing to do with this episode, but I figured I'd say it. Let's go back in, guys, and play a little bit more. Oh, did you see that? They do it so quick. Okay.
It's hard. It's going to be hard to
almost had it. Almost had it, Lurch.
You got to get better at your pause game, son.
Dude, I'm trying with this mouse. We're going back.
There.
It was.
Right.
We can do it that way.
Yeah. Start at 11, let her rip, and then just
like right there. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Now get ready.
I'm trying. I am.
Here,
That's as good as I can do.
That's not bad.
That's as good as I can do, dude.
So here we can see the rear fender bobbed
rear fender.
You can tell for sure that that's a solo seat.
Yep, you can see the bucket right there, guys. So it's a solo seat kind of bucket with some back support right there. You can start to really see the pronounced peanut tank. Can't you see it right there, Lurch?
Yep.
Okay. So that gives us a good idea. We've got cast wheels, right? It looks like cast wheels in the front, cast wheels in the back. We've got some better pictures of this too, guys, but all right, let's play. We've got a dude welding.
Mocking up the exhaust.
Yep, that's right. He's tack welding the exhaust together.
Do we see anything else in there?
I'm not seeing any.
Nope. Okay.
All right, moving on. Okay, we got a guy.
There's that grease pencil.
Flipping his grease pencil, and he's thinking about how he's going to create this bike. That's what I'm thinking, dude, is he's in deep thought of how he's going to create and how he's going to pinstripe and create a one-off. Yeah, what's your thought?
Instrument of expression, art. I'm wondering if there's going to be some wicked paint jobs available on this thing.
Interesting.
Maybe that using that grease pen was kind of marking out some flames or something. Maybe they're going to have some more interesting paint jobs available.
So you think that this Sportster may be available in like maybe some multiple colors?
Yeah, with different
logo or pinstriping or something like
flames,
that.
Whatever.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
A little more than normal.
Okay, very good. Man, that's deep. Deep from Lurch. Deep from Lurch. All right, let's go back into the screen here, guys. We'll show you. And somebody said, is that Billy Lane in the video? I don't know. Hey guys, yeah, Bob Dawson in here. We got patron members in here, which is cool. We got some patron members. If you guys want to give them a patron member.
I saw Bob.
Yeah. If you want to, let me do this. Hang on a second, guys.
Waiting.
It's not working. That's all right.
Waiting.
We'll just leave it at that. All right. So here we go. We're going to play a little bit more video. You guys can see the screen. Oh, there we get a shot. Now you can really see that pronounced bucket seat. You can see the round air cleaner, of course, confirming the top of the Revolution Max motor there again, thinking it's going to be the 975. You tracking with me, Lurch, up there?
Yep.
Okay. Let's play it just a little bit more here. Oh, did you see that they're quick? They're quick. There's a guy mocking up the exhaust again.
A better shot.
That's a better shot of the exhaust, which is a 2-into-1, I think, from some of the other pictures. And this is the other shot we missed. It's a guitar, an amplifier, and a microphone up next to it. It's going to be interesting how this all comes together. And
it obviously,
I think it just has to do with.
We just got to figure it out.
Right. It does. Yeah. It does. If you guys have any good ideas in the chat, let us know what your thoughts are, why they're putting the music in there and stuff like that. They're probably, V2 Viking says they're probably trying to convince us that you can still customize these ugly bikes, ugly things. Okay.
You know, that asking if that's Billy Lane in the video is not a bad idea. He's a custom bike builder. If you don't know who Billy Lane is, you've probably seen him on some of the builder bike offs on the different history and all, Motor Trend and all those channels.
Right.
He does have some dreads. And that could be him. Maybe he got involved with this project.
Maybe. Yeah.
Good one there.
Hard to say. Thanks for those comments, guys. We love interacting with the law-abiding biker community out there. And again, if anybody wants to throw some super chats, we appreciate it. We appreciate the super chats. It allows us to definitely want to throw these together and put them together more. So yeah, consider that. Here, let's jump back into the screen here for you guys and see what else we can see here. There's the amp. There's that. Okay, so here you get definitely the round air cleaner. I love that logo. I love that Harley-Davidson logo right along the bottom of the tank. And then, so it runs from the rear of the tank to the front, Harley-Davidson in white with black pinstripe outline. This particular one, I think they're going to do it in gunmetal gray. I think it's hard to tell, but I think it's gunmetal gray, which they've been using that color a lot.
It looks like a gray of some sort, gray and black.
They use the gunmetal.
Harley-Davidson is an older script, which they've been doing on some of these special bikes where they're using they're trying to tie in some of the old heritage and put some of the cooler, instead of the crappy stuck on chrome Harley-Davidson like I have on my Road Glide.
Right, and they use gunmetal gray on the STs.
Yep.
The Street Glide ST, Road Glide, I can't remember, but they use it on the Low Rider STs too. That gunmetal gray has been a pretty popular color, so I'm thinking they may have used it again. And as we look, I'm going to put the screen back on, and as you look up here, you can see the actual Harley pinstripe logo. Yeah, what's up, Lurch?
Bob says that was a blues guitar setup, old school. So
Bob who?
Bob Dawson. Sorry.
Oh, Bob Dawson, patron member Bob Dawson.
Yeah, patron member Bob Dawson.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I thought I didn't. So maybe that ties into some of the old school look that this thing's going to have.
Yeah, very, very good. Let's move back into our screen and see what we got.
Old school and new school mixed together.
They pan back. That's such a quick shot of some instruments, like the bottom of those are tripods to microphone stands. You see that? We know that because we have those in the studio. It's the bottom of microphone stands. I have no comment on that.
I think that the videographer was having too many cocktails and tripped and fell,
and
they just didn't cut it out.
And that would be the editor's fault. That would definitely be the editor's.
Oh, of course, it wouldn't be the videographer's fault. It'd be the.
We got the dude on the drums.
Yep.
Little side profile. Got some lighting coming in. Got the cymbals in front of him. Just rocking out with his something out. All right, let's just keep
it clean.
There we go. 4/12/2022 is the premiere event. h-d.com/Sportster. And if you just go to Harley-Davidson's main website, it's right there.
It's right there on their landing
page. You can
page.
sign up. It's right there on their landing page. So let's see if we can see anything else here. We see, look at a guy's putting on a front tire of some sort, and then he's on his knees. He's on his knees, Lurch. And there's a wheel, but that looks like a spoked wheel.
Yeah, that looks like it might be from the bike that was being wheeled in earlier.
Maybe. So maybe they took some inspiration
from that bike.
And maybe we're putting together from Billy Lane.
Yeah, could be. Maybe Billy Lane built that other bike that's being wheeled in.
They wanted to build that bike, and then they wanted to put some of that inspiration into the new Sportster,
maybe.
The new Sportster model.
Whether it's Billy Lane or not, I do.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Billy Lane.
I do think that previous bike was probably some of the inspiration for this one.
Yeah. Oh, I was just reading something. All right, so there we go. That's it, guys. It just goes out with that. And let me get back to us. So there's some of that. Now we're going to pull up some pictures here, and I want to give you guys a little bit more idea of why we think what we think. And I've got this picture here, and I'll show you guys in a second. So this is a picture I took, and I cropped it and brought it in as close as I could. Now on this, you can see definitely like the peanut tank. We see that Harley-Davidson. We've seen some of this, but there's some better lighting on it. It's definitely got the fairing, little fairing on it, like on the like on my 2016 Dyna Low Rider S. It's got that little tiny fairing on the low riders, that little Sons of Anarchy fairing with a single headlight.
Yep.
The signals sit up high, and we were talking about this, so high that they're either mounted to the forks or they made a bracket to the very top of the forks, because they sit pretty high up there at the top of the headline kind of.
Yeah, if they're not
line.
attached to the forks, there's probably a bracket that comes out from behind that little shield.
Mm-hmm. Revolution Max motor confirmation.
You can see I think the radiator right there, yeah.
Yep, you can see the radiator. Yep, so it is obviously, and we think it's that 975. It's going to be water-cooled, round air cleaner. It doesn't have inverted forks. It's got regular forks, so we can see it's not inverted. It's got a short front fender, and here you can really see that bucket seat with some back support. So, not back support necessarily, but it's curved up real good.
Enough to keep your ass from sliding off the back when you juice it.
Exactly. All right. I'm going to take you guys out of there for a second, and then I am going to bring up another photo I have, and we'll see what we can see on this one. I don't know if it's going to show us anything better, but we'll bring it up. Does that show us anything better, Lurch?
No.
It doesn't.
Well, you can actually see the wheel and front tire a little bit better.
Okay. We'll show it to you.
One of the comments in the chat looks like some pretty wide forks. And they do.
True.
The front does look pretty wide, but the tire doesn't look overly wide.
No.
But you can definitely see that mag there.
Yep. Cast wheels. We've got low bars.
Mm-hmm.
We've got low bars. It doesn't look like there's big risers on the bars or anything like that. So, okay. Let me bring you guys back there, and then let me pull up another picture here and see if it does any better at the reveal here. Now, some of this picture I got because I signed up for the event, and I can make that just a little bit bigger, and I will bring you guys back in so you can take a look at this. Now, this gives a really good, to me, idea of the side profile of this bike. I think it's the best. Confirm right there, guys. Sons of Anarchy fairing, right? Again, just the regular forks, cast wheels. We've got single front disc and front disc for the brakes, single caliper, single disc, front disc. I can't tell on the back. Now, the very interesting thing is if you guys look.
I think it might be it's single in the back.
Let's zoom into that even more.
I can see the sprocket on one side and the brake on the other.
Oops, it's going to get a little bit pixelated on us guys here. I'm sorry for that.
There's the Bob fender.
So there's the radiator again. There's some kind of protector, probably some sort of radiator protector right there.
This is spoiler, maybe.
What's that?
Either a protective plate or maybe a chin spoiler of some kind.
Chin spoiler. Yeah, chin spoiler. That's probably what it is. And you can really see the peanut tank here, guys. This is where you get a good idea of the peanut tank. And then this shows you that bob. This is a bobber type, Sportster. They did the old school light, which I think is really cool. I'm super excited about this because I think it's such a cool look. It's that single brake light, so to speak. Is that what it looks like to you?
Hard to tell because of the angle. There could be one on each side of the fender.
Okay, so you don't. I see what you're saying.
Because I don't think it's mounted high enough. It looks like it's about halfway up.
So you're thinking that this is the right side signal.
So.
You think there's one on each side?
I think so.
Dang it.
Because I don't see any other signals back there.
You're right. And that makes me change my mind. Because it would be hard to have one. You know what I'm talking about? Old ones where they put the little tail light up on the back of the fender, like the old bobbers.
They could. I guess they could have a red light in the middle and then turn signals on either side, but a little bit sketchy.
I'm changing my mind. I'm thinking you're right just because of federal regulations.
Right.
They have to be federal within federal regulations. They're probably going to have to put a signal. That's probably a signal on both sides. You're right. I totally changed my mind on that. So it probably won't have it on the fender, so I digress. Let's see what else we got. Oh, and we did get a picture. I forget where it was, but we did enough research that it is confirmed. It looks like 2-into-1 exhaust. Is that what it looked like out the right side?
Yeah.
I forget where we got that or if one of those pictures showed it.
And exhaust coming down low. I think we saw it in a video or something and doing our research.
Yeah, during our research. It's 2-into-1. It's going to be 2-into-1 down the right side. Of course, everybody's going to want to do exhaust to this bike
yeah.
right away anyways. And again, I just don't see it having a stereo. What I'm curious about is if they're going to bring some of the technology that they've brought, like to the Sportster S, or the STs, the Low Rider STs, where they're putting the digital gauges in the triple tree clamp. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
So the clamp for the handlebars guys, I'm wondering if they're going to put digital instead of round analog. I really hope that they put something digital up there, or maybe some sort of little screen. I know it's a Sportster, and they're going to try to keep the price competitive. I know that because it is a Sportster. They're probably going to try to keep it competitive. So I don't know how much they can get involved with the technology there, but
yeah, I don't know if I saw any round gauges on top of the handlebars in any of the pictures. It's hard to tell, and they do that on purpose. It's all black, and
I don't
hard to see.
I don't see any round gauges. My prediction, straight from, you heard it from me first.
Like they did on the Low Rider ST.
Yep, that's right. My prediction is that they're going to have a digital display like they did in the Low Rider ST. That's just my prediction. Now, some other things we want to talk about here real quick. Hope you guys are enjoying this episode. Let's see. Check out the frame over the motor. Yeah, that's cool. From Marty Body, I think. He believes it. Marty believes it will have ride modes. Interesting ride modes as far as rain type stuff. It very well could
have a sport mode.
Is it going to come with ABS? Yeah, I'm thinking.
Pretty sure.
But
yeah,
it's going to start jacking up the price if
RDRS,
you start.
RDRS.
Yeah, I think if they do ride modes, I think that's going to be an added expense. Harley is probably going to do a base model of this, and then like they always do, and then they're going to add stuff like if you want to add ride modes. I don't know if it'll have RDRS and the 6-axis IMU in it. I just don't know, because remember, God, I don't know. It's not the Sportster S. They came out with the Sportster S. This is I don't know if it's going to have the amount of technology that the Sportster S has, because you'd need that 6-axis IMU in there. I think that you'll be able to add ride modes on, but that's a good question. I don't have, my prediction is it's not going to have RDRS. The touring bikes have RDRS, the bigger bikes and stuff like that, but they just haven't. That would be groundbreaking to introduce that to a Sportster model, yet keep it at an affordable price. To me,
and that's the thing about the Sportsters; they are generally more affordable. So they don't want to get so much crap on it that it's priced out of the market, or what the competitors are doing with similar bikes.
This is how a lot of people get into Harleys, is they start with a Sportster model. So my guess,
this is interesting because I've heard this before. This is not the first time I've heard this, but Danny Ferrari says this is an Elvis-themed bike. Elvis owned a Sportster. I've seen that more than once. That comment,
very interesting. Yeah. Thank you, which Danny Ferrari, for sharing.
Could be the music.
Part. Mm-hmm. It could be the music, could be the art. Very interesting. Yeah, I love the comments from the community. A lot of good ideas out there. So here's why I think it's not going to have a lot of the technology we're talking about, because I think they're competing, Harley is, and I think they're competing specifically. Let me pull this up here. I am going to go over here. I think my gut tells me, and I'm going to show you guys my screen, I think that they're directly competing with the Indian Chief. If you take a look at everything we just looked at on this new Sportster model, from what we can tell, it is a very close spitting image to the Indian Chief, coming in at 14,500. And let's get some more pictures here down here. If we can go to, do you see a gallery button? Let me know if you see a gallery button, Lurch.
Just scroll down a little bit there.
I am.
Right there.
Oh, where?
You just went past it. Scroll up a little bit. And there's your gallery.
Right there.
Just click on the pictures.
Let's click on these and so we're looking at the Indian Chief. We're not going to see him very big with this, but it's not really what I was looking for. Seems like there was a a better gallery in here somewhere. But anyways, without going down the weeds there, you got a good idea of the picture of it up here. We've got the solo seat right there. That seat almost looks the same, curved up in the back. It's not necessarily it's more of a rounded tank peanut, but everything else, you've got a single headlight, but you don't have a fairing up here. So it's not a direct comparison. You do have the big gauges up here, but you do have that same bobbed rear fender. You've got a 2-into-2 exhaust on this bad boy.
2-into-1 into 2.
2-into-1 into 2. You do have cast wheels.
Same, real similar fender, it looks like.
Yeah. I can't believe there's not a...
Oh, well, that's good enough picture.
Yeah, so let's go back. So here's the other one that I think it's going to compete with. Let's do the Chief. I think I got him right here. We'll do this, and we'll try to do it right. Down here. Is that where we just were? View gallery. There we go. So that gives us a better picture, which the Indian Chief is a badass looking little bike.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing is this is air cooled. We don't have a radiator on this bike. So it can't be a direct comparison coming in. But if they can come in at 14.5 or below with a Revolution Max 975 water cooled and have a lot, and especially if they have the digital display, it's going to knock it out of the park if you're going to compare it to this bike. And I'm not saying it's a direct comparison. I'm just trying to find, where the market's going basically and see basically where's the market going, because they have to keep up, these two companies, right?
For sure.
So let's look at another shot of that. Here's the other. Yeah, I'm trying to find a good picture for you guys. Ooh. So they do have the digital display, Indian does, in theirs, but it looks like a round gauge, but it's that's digital. Got all their technology in it. So anyways, enough of that. Let me get out of this. The other bike that I think they are competing with is, I'm going to go up here and I'll show you guys my screen in a second.
Another Indian, yes.
As another Indian.
Scout.
Yeah. Thanks for saying it before I got it up. I really appreciate it before it's on the screen. I'm here for you. So there you go. Yeah, just get ahead of it there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's bring up a picture and view the gallery. See it? It's not that one. It's the we got to find it. It's the Bobber. That's the Bobber. Scout Rogue. Scout. Just the regular Scout.
There's your Scout Bobber.
There we go. That's the one we want. And then we want to go down here. No, it's not going to do it. So let's just bring this one up here for you guys. So here's our screen. So the other one I think it's competing, and I think this is a little bit loose, but this one is
radiator.
It is. It is. Yep. You've got a Sons of Anarchy little fairing, kinda. It's got the digital gauge up there too, round gauge. You've got the lower bars. They're little, almost you could call them little mini apes. It's got a true dual exhaust, but it is chambered. It's chambered. It's got a crossover chamber. So, but you've got the same seat. Look at that seat, that solo seat. Although on this, the tank is completely different. This isn't a peanut tank. Indian's got their own thing going on.
That's a wider tank, and you got the wider front tire.
Yep.
So it's kind of like it's just a fatter, wider bike.
Yep. But we've got that bobbed rear fender again.
Theme going on.
Got the bobber theme going on. And I think you're right on the new Harley Sportster, whatever it is. It's going to have the two taillights on both sides, not like I thought on the single fender. Coming in at basically $11,000. So,
and that's what
I think it's competing with both. And I think if they can come in, go ahead. You got a comment?
Yeah, Marty Body was saying that he thinks it'll come in at 10.9.
10.9.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I think I think it's somewhere they're competing between both those bikes, whether it's the Chief or the Scout Bobber. Somewhere in there, they're trying to take take those two bikes and basically make just a badass Sportster that kind of beats both of them out. And I think if it is what we think it is, if they can come in, my opinion is if they can come in between 10 and 14,000, somewhere in there, more towards 10, 11 would be really good. So they don't price themselves out if that's truly what they're after. but it's going to get pricey if they start throwing the RDRS and the, all the cornering and enhanced braking and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's going to be somewhere. Yeah. All right, here I go. Between 10 and 12. That's my theory. Do you have anything, Lurch,
I do
on
not.
that?
No.
What do you think? You agree with me between 10 and 12?
I think it'll be closer to 14.
You think it's going to be closer to 14?
I agree that 10, 12 would be nice, but I bet it'll be closer to the 14 mark.
Right. Okay.
Hey, but before, I think we've covered a lot of what we wanted to cover today, but before we do you have an announcement?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. And you didn't put the new closing in there with all our social media stuff.
I just copied the one that said new, and I put it in there.
Yeah. That's all right.
So I did my job. Maybe you didn't.
No, you didn't. You didn't. But nice try. Yes. So guys, announcement is, April 12th, 2022, they're going to release the new Sportster, whatever this model is. That day, me and Lurch are going to be sitting at the computers at 8:00 a.m. We're going to watch it. We're going to make some notes, and then we're going to put out a video. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Every time that subscribe button and bell icon are hit, another biker joins the revolution, and we'd love to have you be part of it so that you're notified when we do that video, because we're going to give our opinions and there'll be more information on it. And so be ready for April 12th and get signed up so you guys can watch that live too. If you don't catch it, don't worry. We're going to give you the Cliff Note version, and we usually give a lot more detail. We look into it more than you get at some of the reveals. So we'll try to do that for you guys. Also, Harley-Davidson is going to fly me down. They've invited me, and they're going to fly me down and put me up, lodging, meals, everything. And they are in late April, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, I think. They're flying me down, and they are going to take me around the Southern California area, because I don't know how much they want me to reveal on that. Southern California area, and they're going to let me test ride and review this new Sportster model. So I'm super excited about that. We get a day ride with that, and I'll be filming that and reviewing it. I'll put it out on this YouTube channel. And then the second day, they're going to let me have the Low Rider St, and they're going to take us on another guided tour. There's actually 10 YouTubers that are invited down there. I'm one of them, and we're all going to do the same thing. I'm going to film it. I'm going to review it. It'll be out, of course, on the YouTube channel, and we'll also do podcast episodes. Make sure you're subscribed to the Law Abiding Biker podcast, because we, as you can tell, get into a lot more detail. A lot of times, this video broadcast is for patrons only, and then the audio format comes out to everybody. So make sure you're subscribed to whatever platform you're on. Give us a rating. Additionally, on April 15th, Harley is shipping us a Street Glide St. So they're shipping it to our hometown here in a crate. We're going to get that thing uncrated. They're giving us a Street Glide St for 30 days. And we're going to ride and review the heck out of the Street Glide St. And you can bet we're going to put it right on this YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed, and we'll do a podcast in-depth review. Both Lurch and I are going to ride that heck out of that bike. We got it for 30 days. And so a lot of really cool stuff coming up, guys. And we appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here in the chat and watching, and we hope that was some insightful information for you. I think a lot of it is accurate, some speculation, but it's always fun. That's what bikers do. We just sit down, we have a drink, and we love to talk motorcycles, and we love to talk motorcycles with the community. You got any last words? All right.
Ride them like you stole them.
That's right. Thanks for being here, guys. Just a couple announcements. I'll go up and see if I can find our new one here, because we did it probably in this episode. See if I can go down. There we go. There's the new one with here. So here you go, guys. Make sure you're following us on social media, youtube.com/Ryan Erlacher. Make sure you subscribe, guys, because when we're at about 167,000 subscribers, when we hit 200,000 subscribers, I am going to release my Sturgis Documentary, which I am very, very proud of. I'm going to release the Sturgis Documentary on this channel for everybody to see. If you want to get it now, you can go to lawabidingbiker.com/ride-now. $7.95 is all I charge for it. it's getting nothing but 5-star reviews. It's a full documentary. It was a fun trip, and you'll have a lot of fun watching it. But subscribe. We want to get it out to everybody for free. Facebook.com/Law-Abiding Biker is our public page. We're really hitting up the Instagram, doing a lot of reels, a lot of photos, all that kind of stuff at Scrappy, SCRAPPY 587. I do a lot of behind the scenes. I just got my little girl a dirt bike, and I did some stuff behind the scenes on that with some reels. Again, Instagram at Scrappy 587, Twitter at Law Abiding Biker. We're on the Twitter. All you Patron members, guys, become a Patron member. There's so many benefits. We do these live broadcasts and video chats all the time for Patron members only. Anyways, if you're a Patron member or you want to get over there, patreon.com/Scrappy, SCRAPPY, or just go to patreon.com, search Ryan Urlacher, URLACHER. You can become a member and get those benefits. If you are already a member, make sure you put your YouTube channel URL in your Patreon settings. If you have a Gmail or you're watching on YouTube, you have a channel, you just probably don't upload to it. Take that URL, patreon.com/settings/profile, or just hit the gear icon over on Patreon. You can put your Facebook handle, your Twitter handle, but put that YouTube channel URL. The reason is when you comment on our YouTube videos, we can see a Patreon symbol, and we want to give you first priority in answering your questions and or communicating with you, interacting. We always like to give our patron members a little extra attention there, guys. We appreciate you being here. That's right. Last but not least, the Biker Gripper, guys. It is the sexiest, sleekest, strongest cell phone and GPS motorcycle mount on the market. We sell it right in the Law Abiding Biker store. We have troubles even keeping them in stock. They move so fast because they absolutely are the best. Tried and tested right here by the Law Abiding Biker crew.
Crash tested even.
Crash tested multiple times,
yeah.
And the phone stayed in. No joke. That's right. Believe in it so much, we stamped our logo on it. Available exclusively in the Law Abiding Biker store, and you can choose from several different models, chrome or black, of course. Up to you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Night, everybody. Thanks for being here.